All right, thank you for watching this video, clicking on this video and watching it. Please like, subscribe, stick around. I got a big announcement coming in the near future. You're gonna wanna make sure that you get the notifications, you see the videos, and the way YouTube works, if you don't like, subscribe, follow, interact, a lot of times these get pushed down the algorithm and you won't see them again, and all of a sudden you'll be like, I thought I was subscribed to that and hadn't seen them in a while, but they're being posted, you're just not seeing them. So like, subscribe, stick around. I can't thank you enough. It is 1 week away from the SHOT 3D experience, the first one of the year, and I'm pumped about these. I did one last year and fell in love with it, and it's just good people, it's a good time, it's affordable, it's a lot of fun. So I wanted to go through a little video. You may have never heard of it, you've never been to one, maybe you're not necessarily in the region that these are at. I'm telling you, they're worth the trip, they're worth a little bit of travel. If you're in Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Kansas, Missouri, let's say Texas, eastern part of Texas, northern part of Texas, and even the next state out, Tennessee, Mississippi, it's worth a little bit of travel to come to these. They're a blast. So 3 reasons you should attend a SHOT 3D event this year. Number 1, my first impression when I got there was their targets, especially on one particular course, were incredible targets. They were all full-size targets. They were really detailed, really like great, just quality targets. You can only shoot a mini moose or a mini elk so many times, or a coyote or a white-tailed deer, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to shoot something else. So shooting things like a full-size bison or a full-size elk or an aoudad or any of these giant rams, just full-size unique targets that you can't buy at Walmart, that I don't have the money to buy a $5,000, $4,000 target and shoot it in my yard. Being able to go and shoot those is awesome, and especially when you're shooting them at distance. 80, 100-yard shot at a bison or a ram or an aoudad, that's a really unique experience that I don't get anywhere else. And to be clear, SHOT 3D is not competing against TAC. They're their own thing. Don't try to compare the two. I mean, you kind of do in your mind, but in reality, they're 2 different things. Both great fun, both a good time, but they're just a little different. And don't try to think like, well, this one's going to try to ever be better than that one. That's not what this is about. This is about just more opportunities to go do fun shoots and experiences and challenges like you get at Total Archery Challenge and SHOT 3D. The more of those we have, the better. I wish we had one every week or every other week. I'd be happy with that. The other thing you're going to get, not just big targets and cool targets, is cool scenarios. So they've actually, only one event I went to, you had shots like over off a bluff, shooting down at a bedded deer, which is a really cool scenario. You had a bat hanging in a cave, and you shot up a hill into a cave at a hanging bat, which was really cool. You had across a lake, like a 100-yard shot across a lake. Really cool stuff like that. I mean, that's stuff that, again, I can't replicate where I'm at, and I don't have those targets, and it's just a unique experience and a lot of fun. So that's number 1. So the second thing I noticed at SHOT 3D that I thought was unique and really made me want to go back and do more of them is the registration at registration at their little downtown community area where all the booths and stuff are set up, whatever they call that. There's a ton of games and activities to do. It's not just, hey, go warm your bow up and hit the course. That would in itself would be fun, but there's a ton of games you can do and prizes to win. I know I told myself last year I'm bringing a pile of cash next year to win more of these prizes and do more of these fun shoots. Not only did you have shooting through an iron bison and stuff like that, like TAC has as well, but you also had like spin a wheel, and it might be 1 versus 1 against an employee, which is really cool. They had a sandbag carrying one where you carried a sandbag down and back, and then you had 30 seconds to shoot 3 shots, and every one of them that was in the 10 ring was worth an entry to win. I think it was a reveal cell camera. Really cool stuff. Like, they had a ton of those games. They had games for kids. I think the kids ones, even if they just shot a bow, they were entered to win, which, how cool is that? They had the 107-yard shot at a bison. You had to hit it in the O for I believe they gave a bow away at every event, and it also entered you to win a side-by-side. So that's really cool. That's awesome. And I think, you bought like $100 would get so many tickets, and you could use those tickets for any of these giveaways. They even had giveaways on the courses themselves. So like on target 17, you might walk up and there'd be a tent that was set up for this specific challenge for that. If you could win, you got a shirt and you won something else if you hit the special target. So really cool stuff like that. All right, so the third thing that stands out to me, or why you should do these Shot 3D experience events, is you do not have to register online. Specifically, you don't have to register online 4 months in advance. While TAC is great and awesome and everybody loves it and it's super popular, knowing what I'm going to be doing 4 months from now is kind of a hassle and a pain, right? I've got 3 kids. They're all doing different youth events, and every Saturday there's some kind of a game and competition and travel. It's nice to be able to go, okay, 4 months from now, I don't know where we're going to be or what sporting event I'm going to have to miss, but I've just got to miss, I've got to pay, and then whatever happens, happens. So with Shot 3D, you can register online ahead of time. It saves you some money for the registration, but you could just show up. You can just go, hey, this weekend I'm free. You want to go? Let's go. Jump in the car and take off. Pay at the front at the desk when you check in, and you're set and you're ready for the weekend. So I mean, there's a lot of, maybe you want to go fishing. All of a sudden the lake's too high, too low, too muddy, whatever. It's like, well, let's pivot and go shoot this archery event I heard about. And you don't have to plan 4 months in advance. Now, it'd be great if you did. I'm sure that is better for them if you register ahead of time. But it's just a cool option. It does save you some money. I don't know what the prices were off the top of my head. I'll try to put them on the screen. But I know it's a little cheaper than Total Archery Challenge. It's really a lot cheaper, I think, if you register online ahead of time. The fees on the Total Archery Challenge platform that they register everybody with, it always ups those as well. So you got to keep in mind those fees that they charge you for using their service. So the ability to just show up is a big deal for me. I don't know if it is for you, but for me, that's the worst part of Total Archery Challenge, is having to go online, do the thing. I hope I get my courses that I've selected, and then I hope by the time I fill out all the information for my 5 or 6 buddies, I hope it's still available. And then sometimes it's not, and you got to start all over, and that's a pain, and everyone hates it. So Shot 3D's got it figured out. I think that's great that y'all are doing that. And a fourth bonus, a bonus one. Last year, one of the things that was a pain for me is I shot ASA. I shot the Archery Association, competed in that, rankings, the whole deal. The weekend of Shot 3D was also the weekend of an ASA event on the other side of the state. So I couldn't be at both places. And I hated that because I needed the points, but I also thought this would be a really cool archery event and I wanted to go shoot it. So what they've done this year is genius. They've made it to where there's an ASA course on Saturday morning. So you can go shoot your state ASA, get your points, do all that stuff, and then go shoot the fun courses and shoot the long bombs and with your buddies and just have fun. If you want to keep score, you don't have to. So you're getting to do both at one event. And I think it costs a little bit more to do both of them. So if you're signing up for the ASA, of course ASA wants their piece of the pie. You can look on their website and get all that information. But how cool is it that you have a fun archery shoot that also says we'll host a competition for the tournament people that want it, the points and all that stuff means a lot to them. So you can do both on one weekend. You no longer have to pick and say, I can't go to this because of that. So that's huge. I think that's a great thing. I wish TAC could even do something like that where one of the local ASAs would do that as well. So really cool. Those guys are awesome people. You'll get to know them. You get to meet them if you go to one of the Shot 3D events. It'll be, they're the ones that are running everything, and I think that's awesome. I know last year I completed a course that said, text this number when they're ready to have you picked up. I text that number, they come pick me up, and it's one of the owners. So how often do you get that experience where one of the owners is picking you up in a side-by-side and asking what you thought of things? So highly encourage you to go to Shot 3D. Let's make it huge. Let's get more events going in the future. Appreciate you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and stick around. We're fixing to get this bow right here ready for Shot 3D. I've got a week, and it's still signed up for shooting VTAC 27. So I got a lot of work to do, and I've got to get ready to shoot 107 yards at a bison, and I've not shot past 20 in a long time. So it's going to be interesting. Stick around.